Hey comrades, dudes and dudettes, welcome back to From the Depths with me, Richie. Now we're pushing into Scarlet Dawn territory, just trying to take as much of their resources as we can, and obviously destroy the fleets along the way. And now we're still getting the same problem of some of their ships spawning in the water, even though they're meant to be satellites. But at any rate, it makes our job just that little bit easier. I think what I'm going to do something slightly different. Instead of attacking from long range, I'm going to close in instead. And I might even bring Deliverance in for this one, since at point blank range his cram cannon should be very effective. So, let's do this, shall we? Put the Deliverance on the front line. Make sure to teleport them. Yeah, that's the one I want to go for. Put you right there. Hopefully this should be like Baby Seal clubbing. Anyway, let's do this. And with this being such close range, the laser cannons are having trouble turning onto it, but the crams are... Oh, my bad, yeah. So that's what happens when you got manual control. And he's dead already? Well, yeah. That's how you beat the Scarlet Dawn. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment. No, just kidding. Let's carry on, shall we? The reason why the weapons weren't targeting then is because I had manual control over them, which obviously doesn't help much when the AI is better at targeting than me. But now we've got it set up correctly, we should hopefully see some carnage. And we do a little bit of carnage, yes. So at these close ranges, the laser is just able to rip through it rather nicely. And hopefully the torpedo should be in the water. I'm really hoping we take down these craft that are coming in rather quickly. I believe they're suicide bombers, and yes, I don't like the look of that, but the shields are bouncing them off nicely. So let's just kill this. No. Oh shit. Okay, let's see what damage they managed to inflict on us. Son of a asshole. That's one hell of a big hole they've made in the ship. But yeah, I think the Deliverance should be able to recover from that. It'll just take a little while. Ouch, yeah. And I think he's dead in the water and disintegrating, so that'll give us even longer to recuperate. Yep, probably not the smartest plan I've ever had, actually, starting so close to them. I've taken out loads of the fuel generators, and have we got the AI as well? No, the AI is still alive. And they've taken out my captain's chair. So I think what I'll have to do is teleport onto the ship and try and assist with repairs, and hopefully get the ship working again. And with him being at such a close range, crams have got a good chance to fire on him. Hopefully the targeting systems aren't too badly damaged either. And yes, we are still above the waterline, thankfully. And the hull has been rebuilt rather quickly thanks to the repair drones. Of course, yep, he tilts over and gets a right angle on me to start firing his everything. Yep, his lasers is what I'm looking for. If we can just get some of those cram shells through, we should be able to make short work of them pretty quickly. Hopefully we can just have a look and see how we're doing. I'm not even getting through. The lasers, thankfully, they are still able to target him. So we're going to be relying on the lasers to kill his laser defense, and we've got a cram shell through there. Just see a massive amount of debris going off there. And yep, it looks like his laser defenses are down now, so hopefully we can start doing this to him basically. Oh, it's a beautiful sight, isn't it? just love the smell of dead squid in the morning. And given he's stopped shooting at me, I'm going to assume we've done some critical damage to him. Which is never a bad thing, really. Especially when it's us doing the critical damage. But yeah, I want to choke up on experience. Keep those damn suicide drones away from the ship. Didn't expect them to do that much damage, actually. I didn't realise nukes were that powerful. Unless it's something explosive triggered inside my ship, which is a possibility. I'll have to look over my ship later on and see, well, just what the hell went on there. I'm surprised that he took out that much, actually. But at any rate, I think he's dead, and making rather nice target practice. And yes, don't adjust your screen because it has gone red. This is part of the sign of entering Scarlet Dawn territory. The deeper we get, the redder the skies. Which I think, lore-wise, might be related to the Scarlet Dawn terraforming or something like that. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if you got an answer to that. Something I want to know. I mean, I do put it down as them just terraforming the planet to be close to what the Scarlet Dawn is used to. And it kind of fits the name as well. Another glorious victory. What I'll have to do, I'll have to pull a deliverance out of battle for a bit and get repairs done and refueled. And we have the Scarlet Dawn launching one of their mobile fleets to retake one of the towers we've captured. Now obviously I'm not going to give them a chance to do this. What I'm going to do is send the force over here, capture this tower, and then hopefully they'll divert to attack that tower instead. In which case, we can just wipe out the mobile force, possibly this one as well, and then we'll push north. Annoying that they decided to attack. Okay, we'll move the Justice in a bit closer and we'll take over there. And we have a Palladium, which is actually in the sky for once. Where hey. Also have a Galaxy, a Fusion, and a Quasar. So, let's do this. Yeah, spawn on there, please. What? Why am I not spawning on there? I have no idea what the hell's... Oh shit, the Deliverance has spawned in instead. Oopsie. Well, Deliverance is certainly no pushover, so continue the fight with Deliverance and hopefully be able to defeat him. Wasn't there... My bad there, I was planning on using the Justice, I wasn't expecting to do this one. But nonetheless, the continuous laser on the Deliverance is certainly not to be negated. And we're seeing it doing quite nicely against them. And yep, no beautiful explosions there, and missiles are locking onto him now. And with the crumbs will he hit? He just missed, frustratingly. Now that his engines are down, he's going to be a sitting duck now in the water. So, and well, he's dead already, which makes our job just that little bit easier. Let's move on to the next target and see what they're doing. This looks like the it's not the Galaxy. This is a Quasar. That's a shooting star. I missed that one. Nonetheless, he's not putting much of a challenge. In fact, I don't think he's even shooting. He's just laser firing. Oh, his laser is firing. I also saw my torpedo, and they're doing quite a rather nice mess of him. More torpedoes and a bit more with a laser. That should put him out of the fight, I think. Let's just check what damage have we taken for the Deliverance. We have taken no damages yet, which is always a good sign. And it looks like his lasers are having trouble targeting me, possibly because he's in the water. Yep. Or either that or we've taken out his detection AI, one of the two. Either way, it means he's just there for target practice for us, which is never a bad thing really. It's always nice when you have a faction where you actually have the advantage over, even if it is something cheap and filthy like that. As long as we don't get two on one, in which case the odd shift. Nonetheless, his engines are off there, he's disintegrating, and that's another casualty for the Scarlet Dawn. And the next target is in the sky. It's the Palladium. I think it is Palladium, isn't it? Yep. If I've pronounced that right. Where are they? Ah, yeah, there he is. Thankfully, when he is in the sky, the lasers just makes just for an easy target for the lasers. Yep, I love the way the debris just shreds off them. It's always a nice sight. Having his lasers start firing is less of a nice sight, really. Let's check the map to see how we're doing health-wise. He's down to 82%, I'm down to 96%. Though I still have the quasar and the galaxy to spawn in as well, so hopefully I can take him out without losing too much of my hull, otherwise I'm going to be a sitting duck for him. Next one's coming in, and it looks like the laser defences are down, which is beautiful. It means we can get my missiles in there doing damage. Or trying to, at least. Mileage may vary. Looks like its lasers are having trouble targeting me now. I think we might have trashed his detection systems. And if so, he's a sitting duck now. Or a sitting squid. Whichever one. Choose your own sayings. And he should be disintegrating right about now. Is he? No, he isn't. I think it must be out of range or something. Well, the only thing to do is to pull out the battle and start again. Yep, annoying, but necessary. Okay, and this time we're going to put the Justice into the fight. What we should have done originally. It's really annoying when that stuff like that happens, when they just keep flying higher and higher and we can't do anything about it. Okay, that's a nice volley there, and that's doing a rather great damage to him. Just look at the pieces coming off him. Yep, good night, Vienna. Missiles are pretty much ripped off the entire top of his hull. And they got a massive swarm of missiles coming in, which should finish him off. Although it looks like he is dead now. Yep, yeah, seeing bits of him fall off. That's the way it should have gone, I think, the last one. I mean, considering I wasn't even shooting at me for one thing, that means he's unlikely to win. But anyway. And now the next one to spawn in is, I believe this is a quasar. He's trying to get airborne, and introducing him to the concept of laser firepower. And just look at those missiles come out of the water straight into him. Thank you, missiles. Doing a fantastic job. Although his smoke dispensers are actually blocking quite a bit of my laser shots. They aren't blocking enough of them, that's the key point. For some reason I've got the narrow beam lasers on there, along with the wide beams, I don't know why. I'm going to put it down to a graphical glitch. These lasers should just be using the big wide ones that we see here. And beautiful, half of him ripping out. Gutting him like swimming like a fish. Fish out of water. Hey. I'm sorry. I'll try not to make too many of these lousy jokes. No, I'm a kid and I love these lousy jokes. But yep, my wings are off. Stop shooting and it's disintegrating. Oh, nice easy victory for the Justice. Can't believe I've got the name of my own ship there. And now it's the Galaxy's turn to face my wrath. Him and his two little escort ships. And yeah, we can see just how much damage has been done here. Thankfully when it lifts out of the water a little bit, it means the lasers aren't losing any damage to going through water. Nice cloud of debris behind him and his escorts are... What are his escorts doing? Not very little apparently. But thankfully all my radar seeking missiles are going straight for the big one and they should be able to take him out of this fight very easily. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. Beautiful. I don't think his cram shell has any chance of punching through my armour. I thought my ship was underwater then, but it's just sort of camouflage against the red mist. And if he keeps going around there, he's going to have the lasers on the other side of my ship to contend with. Yeah, I can just see him swinging around now despite the pitch black darkness. And yeah, he's going to die very quickly. Nice little action shot there of the ship in action. My laser's for some reason still shooting slightly behind him, I don't know why. Could reduce the targeting a bit lower, but well, I guess there's no need to now he's now actually getting hits in. Missiles are trailing slowly, but they are still getting through, so I don't really need to buff the speed on that much. Risk being if I did buff speed too much. So he didn't do that much any damage as far as I can tell. It looks like his mate's dead, and what are the lasers doing now? They're locking onto him, but they're just not firing for some reason. I don't know why. Laser fail safe maybe, or maybe he's dead. I think the latter actually. Well, let's get back to the Galaxy and see what's happening with him. Surprised he's lasted this long, to be honest. But now his escorts are down. He's not going to be any challenge now. And thankfully so far the Justice has been pretty much steamrolling most of the Scarlet Dawn units. Which is the way I like it, to be honest. He's upside down, I think. Is he upside down? Yep, he's upside down. And I think he's just trying to make a run for it, which is annoying, to say the least. But he's slowed down enough now that the missiles or torpedoes can catch up. Or maybe not. Let's have a look at the map, what he's doing. Seriously? I might have to end the battle again and restart just because it keeps running away like this. Are we actually doing any damage to him though? Not that much really. Okay, yeah, well, we'll end the battle and again, wait till he gets into range.
Listening. Receiving.
Okay, this time we'll put the Justice right up next to him so he likes it at point blank range. Not a great deal by the looks of it. And the laser defences are doing a great job there of shredding all these missiles before they can do anything. Good job, mate. Good job, lambs. And, yep, with him being at such close range, he doesn't stand a chance. I think what we'll have to do in future is move him in a bit closer. Although the risk is if they blockade my ship and then fly out of range, I'm gonna have to either make a choice between chase after him or actually lose a ship, which is annoying. I think just out of blockaded range works nicely. I think it'll do that in future. So I guess the next thing to do is push on to the next tower and see what we can liberate. Okay, we've now got the radar, AWACS radar into position, so he's able to see quite a bit more of the battlefield. 2 nice resource points there, 1 enemy fleet moving in, and that one moving towards my tile I'm still holding. I think with him being so low down at the water, might try risk bringing in the Furious or the Courageous. It's a gamble, but I think they might be able to hold him off. But what I'll do in the meantime, I'll cross this square, fight that fleet, and then go after the resource point. Just move him in a bit closer, so he's... oh, there it does nicely. And we're up against a Scarlet Scythe, which I don't think I've fought so far. A Fission, another Fission, a Flare, and a Quasar. So I'll put the Justice in close to it. Teleport onto him, yep, I'm teleported onto him. And we'll mop up this little fleet. Just check I've got enough fuel. Yeah, should be enough, I think. I've also had to add a couple of refineries to my resupply fleet. Ouch. Yeah, you didn't last long, did you, mate? Yeah, like I was saying, I've added a couple of refineries to my refinery fleet just to keep up with the amount of fuel we're going through. I'm going through fuel at a ridiculous rate. But on the plus side, we're also going through enemy units at a ridiculous rate. And that's, I believe, is a Scarlet Scythe. Looks like he's trying to get airborne. He's using the same black camouflage scheme with just patches of red. Which I think someone mentioned in the comments that they're the assault portion of the Scarlet Dawn, if I remember correctly. Anyway, I'm going off memory here, so if I'm wrong, don't hold it against me. But yeah, with him exposing his engines like that, they're just making way too juicy a target. And damn, look at this shredding inside his hull. It's almost criminal. Looks like his ammunition caches are exploding there, and I think he's dead and done for. Yeah, well, the Justice is dangerous at long range, it's lethal at point blank range. But yeah, do you like the design of this actually? I've been thinking of making something similar to this, which I may have mentioned in previous episodes. It's something I'll get round to eventually, maybe this weekend if I get time. I also want to redo the Warspite as well. I'm thinking of maybe doing that as a particle cannon ship just to add a bit of variety to the fleet. Oh yeah, 2 major design works for the weekend. Could be busy. I think they'll both probably take a good few hours to do so. Might just do one or the other. And a nice debris cloud from the start of it, and looks like the missiles have locked onto it, and yeah, I love it when I see those big explosions in there. Scarlet Dawn, the Michael Bay edition. Yeah, I can't really afford to take these guys too complacently, really, which is why I'm having to rely on such a powerful unit like the Justice. I think most of my other ships will probably just end up being target practice for these guys, because they are very powerful. In respect to whoever designed these guys, they are quite dangerous if you underestimate them. So the next next unit should be spawning in right about now. Let's see what we have to deal with. I think is this no, I thought he had a particle cannon on them, but he doesn't. Yeah. Does he have lasers even? I don't know. Oh, yeah, this is the one with the let's pause a sec. The missile racks on the tilted axis. And more missiles there. More missiles there. And yet more missiles. Oh no, more missiles. Damn, this is just a missile spam craft. Thankfully, he's not the only one who has missile spam. And this is causing slight slowdown because of just the amount of missiles going left, right and centre from everyone. And he's just that little bit too high for the torpedoes to get, though if we can put him in the water, they should then be able to make short work of him. Oh, then again, the lasers just firing straight into him there, so that's doing a good job. I think more ammo barrels go in there. Yeah, I think at this rate it won't be long before we reach the Scarlet Dawn headquarters. And obviously once we take them out then we need to decide who's going to be next on the agenda. But I won't get ahead of myself just yet. I still need to focus on actually taking these guys down and dealing with the mobile fleets. And obviously stealing all the resources I can from them along the way. Because I love shiny resources. But I think he's dead and out of the fight now, so let's just watch his glorious destruction. Beautiful. And the next to spawn in is this little guy. I think this is the fission, might be. Another missile spammer. Let's see how he does against mine. He mixed results. No, most of them are going straight through. Yep. We're thankful the lasers have found the target and my missiles are finding him as well. So they should be able to take him out. And he's resorting to the annoying tactic of flying away as fast as he can. I hate it when these guys do that. Oh no, wait, it is the same as the one we just fought. My bad, I thought it was a different type. It is the fission, yep. What we need to do is just get through his hull and start wrecking a few of his inside components, and then he should be done and we can just move on and take the resource point. And I still need to deal with those two mobile fleets as well that are knocking around, though. I'll take the resource point, take those mobile fleets, and then that'll probably be it for this episode. I see another cloud of missiles coming in from the distance there. And annoying little lasers just that little bit behind him. Thankfully the missiles have got the target predictive guidance, so they're going for where he's going to be rather than where he actually is at the minute. And they're doing a beautiful job. He's keeling over, and I think that's probably going to be him out of the fight. We'll still need to deal with his missile swarm coming in, but then again, out of armor on my ship, he should be able to negate it. Let's just check out, see how much health we're on. 98%, so taking minor damage, but we're still good to go. And yeah, that's a beautiful straight through the hull. Peekaboo. And if I move the ship forward, we'll be able to capture him. It'll be nice to get some prize ships from all my actions. I think it might actually be too far gone. And yep, we just got a bit of a lag spike there for some reason. Yep, I think he's probably 2 damage, which is why I can't quite capture him. Oh well, may he rest in pieces. He may not have joined my side, but certainly joined my target practice team. So I think at this point I need to deal with his mobile fleet before I can move on. So let's do that. Let him get a bit closer. I'll engage at point blank range again. I'll need to just pause it a second while I'm lagging a bit. Oh crap, yeah. And again, Justice at point blank range. Up against a Quasar, Shooting Star, Fission and a Stardust. So, let's get this slaughter on the road. Yeah, looks like he's actually spawned more than one ship in at a time. Makes it a bit easier. By easier I mean it makes the battle go a bit quicker. Yep, I think they're both dead now. Well, that went surprisingly quickly. Okay, and who's next for the target? Don't tell me that's it. Bear with him 1 second. Okay, sorry about that little cut there. Just had to pause it for a second to let some of the editing catch up, or some of the recording software to catch up, should I say. And yep, another Fission. It looks like he's going for a kamikaze attack. Is it? Yep, I think he is. Just flying over this ship, thankfully. But also making a rather nice target as he does. Yeah, I think for some reason when ships get too close to each other, you have to start doing a lot of physics calculations and as to how and why, what happens when they hit. That's my guess anyway, as to why they get a massive slowdown when ships come close enough to ram. I could be wrong though, but I think that's probably why. And that's a beautiful sight, half the ship shredded out. Tragic end to a fine fighting force, but we also have to remember these guys are trying to do exactly the same thing we're to conquer the planet. We can afford no mercy to them, even less when they defy communism. And what have we got now coming in? I believe this is probably the Quasar. Is it? I think it is, yeah. Thankfully my laser's already well on target and doing the job nicely. And a volley of missiles just finishing the job off. I think we'll probably need a lot more balloons than that to get back into the sky. Well, we'll help along the way by lightening his weight. Yeah. Although since we stopped shooting at him, I'm guessing he's probably dead now. Are you dead? Yep, I believe he is. Yep, good night, Vienna. Another glorious victory for the Communist Goat Society. May our horns and hooves spread across the planet. I think that's all I've got time for this episode, so join me in the next where I go for the resource zone and take on the mobile fleet with my 2 carriers.